Welcome back to Not So Pro Football Talk, where we'll be talking about everything that's been happening in today's free agency frenzy. Yes, usually it's Overreaction Monday, but we're combining Overreaction Monday today with free agency frenzy. Uh, this Monday has been crazy. There has been so many moves, but the biggest one that we've all been waiting for, Aaron Rodgers, has still not happened. Still, at this moment at 6 p.m., where the free agency window has already opened. Technically, free agency doesn't fully open until 3 p.m. CT on March 15th. But right now, the tampering period has started, and we still do not have an answer from Aaron Rodgers. There was some reports today from Wind. I forget what his name is, but he's a not so big NFL insider, but he has confirmed that from his sources, I don't know who those sources are, maybe somebody somewhere in the Jets, that they have that the Packers deal trade to the Jets has been confirmed. It is going to happen. But up to this point, no big insider has confirmed this. Now, it doesn't mean it's not going to happen. In my opinion, it's definitely going to happen. I think there's 100% chance that Aaron Rodgers does not retire after this year, and that he's going to play with a team. And I do not believe that is going to be with the Green Bay Packers. And I'm a huge Green Bay Packer fan. As you can see, what's all around me, I'm a huge Green Bay Packer fan. But I do not think Aaron Rodgers is going to be back with the Packers this year. I don't think that Aaron Rodgers is fully up to it. And I don't think the Packers are interested either, unfortunately. So I think somewhere between today, tomorrow, hopefully he gets dealt sometime to the Jets. And we're going to repeat history. Brett Favre went to the Jets over 18 years ago, probably. I think maybe 15, if I'm correct. Brett Favre was traded to the Jets from the Packers, and now Aaron Rodgers is about to get traded to the Jets. I can't wait till 2038 when Jordan Love is finally traded to the Jets. It's going to be awesome. Yeah, we'll see. Hey, Vincent Vinto says, I love the new setup. Thank you, sir. I got this big old sit-to-stand desk. So right now, I'm standing right now. I'm standing. I got all the energy, and we're gonna in a little bit. We're gonna bring in AJ into the setup. But yes, Aaron Rodgers news still has not yet come. Hopefully, it comes soon. But I can guarantee you, when that news happens, NSP will be here to cover everything in that. So, thank you guys so much for tuning in. We're going to go ahead and get into the frenzy of free agency right now. There's a whole lot to unpack, so I'm just going to start from the beginning today and go all the way to where we are up to now. So I'm just going to be covering each one of these deals. If you have any comments on any of these deals or have your own opinions, please put them down in the comments. We here at NSP answer every single comment. We pay attention to you guys. We are a small channel, so we're able to look at that individual. And yeah, so we're going to get right into it. The biggest first thing that happened today was the Patriots are re-signing cornerback Jonathan Jones. It's a 2-year deal. It is, I forget what it was. Hey, welcome, AJ. I like the setup. Wow.
Hey, I saw that you got a new setup, so I knew I had to up my game.
I
So I
like
went
it.
ahead and bought a $1 million home,
I'm very
just for the
impressed.
fans. Thank
I
you.
bet you flexed on me so hard right now. What's up, Nestor? Are you friends again?
No, screw
No,
Ness.
still not.
No, no, not
Dang,
at all.
dang. All right, AJ, I got a quick question. I'm sorry we're live when I ask this question. Is this dark setup good, or is this really bright light
I
good?
feel like you're really intense in the dark setup.
Okay.
So yeah, it's really bright. In
Okay.
other words,
I'm trying to figure out this. This is a brand new setup. I just set up this on Sunday, guys. So I'm still figuring out a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff is still getting sent to me. So
I
hopefully it looks a lot better soon.
I think I'm gonna leave. I feel like a lot of people in the comment section are making fun of my new home.
I think they
Uh,
love it.
I think they're making fun of me. I feel attacked
No,
here.
maybe they're
So
making fun of my standing desk.
I, I don't know. Everyone loves you, Reed. For some reason, everyone loves
I
you, and
don't think that's true.
it's just like the hate on AJ show every single time we
No,
go
that's not
live.
not true at all. We appreciate you here, AJ. All right. Let's get into free agency frenzy. The Patriots re-signing cornerback Jonathan Jones. I think that's a huge guy to bring back for the Patriots. I don't think they're going to be. Okay, we're getting some comments there. Vincent says he loves Reed, and
Of
Liam
course, you put
says
that one
we
on.
love you too, AJ. So I think there's all love all around. Okay.
I guess I'll stay for a little bit longer.
Okay, we appreciate it. Hey guys, throw some love towards AJ. I'm good. I feel loved. Throw it towards AJ. All right. But what do you think of this re-signing for the Patriots, Jonathan Jones?
I think it's huge for the Patriots. I mean, he's a baller. I mean, straight
Yes.
baller on that defense. I mean, it's huge, great for them, but unfortunately, it means nothing for the Patriots. They're just going to continue to go downhill. I'm not saying it's because of Tom Brady, but when Tom Brady left, you dismantle the whole team, right? You still have a great head coach. I hate how my hands are like, I hate this. For y'all that don't know, I do have my parents visiting, so they're using my studio as a bedroom. So that's why I have this going on, just for privacy purposes. But yeah, like I said, it's not going to do any good for the Patriots. They're still going to be the same old Patriots and finish third in that division. And who knows? Maybe if Aaron Rodgers does finally decide to sign with the team, which might be the Jets, Patriots are probably going to finish dead last in that division.
Yeah. Well, Aaron Rodgers still signed to the Packers. He's still a Packer, AJ.
Right. Sorry, I was saying just in case he
once
does
he
go.
finally makes up his mind, even though he said, "Oh, I'm not going to hold the Packers hostage," and he's got us at gunpoint right now.
Give me the money.
This guy, man. I said if I wasn't going to talk crap about him if he made a decision by today when we went live, and he has not made a decision, so I'm kind of over it. Whatever.
I mean, I've been talking crap about him since day one. I mean, I knew this was going to happen. I'm surprised you didn't know this was going to happen,
Well,
Reed. I mean,
last year it happened earlier than this.
I know. So he always wants to go out with a bigger bang. You know what I'm saying? Actually, I had something for the podcast, but I left it downstairs. I might run down in a bit. You can go ahead and continue.
Okay, yeah, but speaking about Aaron Rodgers, Jonathan Jones picked him off. If I remember correctly, he picked him off twice when the Packers played the Patriots. So, dude's a baller, really great guy. Ultimately, a good signing for the Patriots. So we're going to move on to the next signing, and that's from the Chicago Bears. They signed T.J. Edwards to a 3-year deal. It's going to be 19.5 over 3 years with $12 million guaranteed. And they also signed, I'm going to jump ahead to one of their other signings, but they signed another linebacker if I could find it. But the Bears decided to, as I said, they should go back to the defense, go back to what they're good at, and that's what they're kind of going right now in free agency. They are, I cannot find it. Who do they sign?
Well, while you're looking for that, we do have a question in the comment section, Reed, from Liam. Liam is asking us, what are our thoughts on Austin
Sorry. My streamer has completely messed up.
Let me continue, okay? Liam says, what are your thoughts on Austin Eckler requesting a trade? Talk about a hit on left field. Am I right? This is coming out of nowhere in my perspective. Maybe he feels like the Chargers are not going anywhere. Maybe he feels like he's underappreciated, which I do kind of see that because he is the utility belt of that team, right? When you're a Batman, who is he without his utility belt? He's just a man, right? Who's Iron Man without his robot? He's robot, his suit. He's just a man, right? And that's Austin Eckler. Austin Eckler is a do-it-all guy. Every single play on offense, that guy plays a factor, whether he's going to run the ball, block for the runner, block for the quarterback, or go out and catch the ball. And that's why he was a straight up phenomenon when you talk about fantasy football, because this guy was doing it all. Non-PPR leagues or full PPR leagues, even half PPR, this guy was getting you points, and he was a top 3 running back in the league for any fantasy team. So this is huge. And I have to say it because I'm a Niners fan, and this is just natural. What if you see an offense? It's not going to happen in any world. An offense with CMC and Austin Eckler.
That would be completely broken.
Oh my goodness.
Thank God for the salary cap that is not allowed.
Which is fake, by the way. The salary cap is fake.
It's not fully fake.
Not fully fake, but it's somewhat fake.
Everybody has their own ways of pushing out cap, and some people are able to push out caps more than others.
Raven's saying Eckler's a regular season player. What are your thoughts on that, Reed? Do you think Eckler has made an impact in the postseason?
He hasn't had too many opportunities to make a impact in the off season or the postseason. Obviously this past playoff game, I don't believe off the top of my head he played too much of an impact. If I'm correct, I do believe he made some plays. If I remember correctly, that was a long time ago already.
That is correct.
But I do think Eckler at the end of the day is a great player.
Eckler can make an impact on postseason during the postseason, but this is why he hasn't. Because as I said last podcast, the Chargers are a one-dimensional offense, right? So the Chargers go through Eckler all the damn time. They have like no other take on this. All the receivers are getting injured, so Eckler is the go-to guy. So it's kind of like the Tennessee Titans, right? Whenever they lost AJ Brown, it was Derrick Henry 24/7. So you stop Derrick Henry, you focus on Derrick Henry, you stop the team. And that's what they did to the Chargers. I feel like Eckler could really advance, especially with a team. I hate to say this, but especially with a team like the Kansas City Chiefs or the Buffalo Bills. People who don't utilize their running backs as running backs, but utilize them more as pass catching backs to fully expand that offense. And I think that's a perfect fit. Do I think he's going to stay in the AFC? I highly doubt it. So hopefully he does go to the NFC. Hopefully he's not in the NFC West. Hopefully he's not with the Cowboys. Hopefully he's not with the Seattle. I mean, as I said, NFC West. But I think he could be utilized. I think he could be a huge asset to any post game or postseason game.
I like it. Chargers trade for Derrick Henry.
Wow, I could that would be pretty cool, don't you think?
I do the Chargers go for a aging running back like that?
What other
I
options
mean,
do
I
they
mean,
have?
they do need a different, but he's such a different style of a running back. Also, that's the
Yes,
biggest thing. You have to completely change your offense. Derrick Henry, he needs a lot of carries for him to finally break free. He tires out the defense. Eckler is a dude all type of guy. He can run the ball inside, outside the box. He can catch it. Derrick
he can't
Henry is
throw
not
it.
that type of guy.
Only CMC is the only back in the league that can throw it.
Only guy.
Only guy.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right, I accept it.
Henry can go for a second round pick. I think at maximum he can. At maximum.
Yeah,
Because this is a different game now. Derrick Henry is a beast when he has the ball in his hands. But when you look at the league now, they utilize their backs as pass catching backs. I mean, a perfect example, look at the Seattle Seahawks, right? Kenneth Walker comes into the game and he wasn't known to catch the ball out, but he was forced to play that role for that team in order to be effective in during those games. And Derrick Henry, he may be looking at 2 targets a game, maybe 2 targets a game. And then whenever you see him back there, you know the ball's not going to be thrown to him. It's very rare. So at maximum, that's where I could see it. Vincent has this all wrong. All wrong.
one of us.
He needs to add Google Gobble at the end.
Google
There
gobble,
you go.
Google gobble. Regular season player, 2 touchdowns in the Jags game. Yeah, he had 35 yards for 2 touchdowns, says Rave in the Nets comments. And they're going on. I'm just going to read them all, then react to it. Knocking Henry goes to the Bills. And then Liam says, yards don't matter if you get 12 points on your own. I kind of agree with Liam, but with wide receivers. If you're Eckler as a running back, I think yards are important. You need to get the rushing and the receiving. If you're one of those type of backs, I think the yards are important as a running back. If I'm thinking wide receiver wise, yeah, 12 points on your own. I don't care how many yards you got. That is great. Getting points on the board is the most important thing, especially if you're a wide receiver quarterback. But if you're a running back, in my opinion, yards are also very, very important. You have anything to say to that?
Still hitting my pre-workout right now, dude. Total
Oh
War from
yeah.
Redcon 1. Absolutely amazing. Just hit an amazing workout. I feel so good right now. Heck yeah, brother. But like I said, I mean, if that's your thought process on these players, then say that George Kittle is one of the worst tight ends in the league because he's not the guy that's going to score all those touchdowns. It's what he does right in the back that no one else
Yep.
sees, right? He does the blocking, he does all the dirty work, he distracts players, and that's what Austin Eckler is. And that's something that Derrick Henry cannot do. Yeah, they might load up the box, but he's just a one-dimensional back. Where Austin Eckler, he could do it all besides throw the ball. He could do it all. So you don't know how to play. You gotta adjust to Austin Eckler. Where teams going against Derrick Henry, they gotta adjust to the offensive play scheme. That's just it. They're going. It says the Titans are signing Andre Dillard. Is that real right now?
I have not seen it.
Dude, I've been working all day. I try to keep up with all these signings. It's literally been a frenzy. I feel like we talked about this last year. We talk about this every year, but this is like Shark Week for the NFL. It is just nuts. It's super exciting, and I hate that I have to use this virtual background. I cannot stand this. So if you are a first-time viewer, thank you for joining
Yes.
us live. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. But I do not do this whole virtual background thing. I feel like I'm ghost. Like I feel like I'm someone that Sam Darnold sees.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
The Eagles or the Titans did sign Andre Dillard.
oh.
I can't see as far as how big of a signing it was. Yeah, they haven't reported as far as the details of the signing yet.
And signings might be fun and all, but that's what I like to get into, right? I like to get into sorry about that. I like to get into the contract, the numbers, right? Breaking it down, see what
Mm-hmm.
teams are spending, how long do they have these guys for? How big of an impact will these guys have? I thought it was very cool to see that uh Jared Stidham sign with the Denver Broncos.
Yeah.
I kind of felt like that came out of left field. Well, not so much because we all know we have a distrust towards Russell Wilson, but Jared Stidham, in my opinion, my personal opinion, I felt like he did shine a few times during the times that he had a chance to go out and play in place of Derek Carr. I believe he was with the Raiders, right?
Yes.
With Derek Carr, he played very well, in my opinion.
He
Just
played great against the Niners.
he did. He played great. He's a
Mm-hmm.
great game manager. Didn't do too much, but got the job
Got
done.
enough done. Yep.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
All right. I think especially in the game when they were chewing clock, still talking about Austin Eckler and his performance. Hey, at the end of the day, we're both Austin Eckler fans here.
Oh,
Other
big
than
time.
I think Kyrie is the only one, or is it Rave? Rave is talking trash, but we love to see it. You guys keep talking trash in the comments.
Keep going in the
Nestor is saying
comments.
he's seeing ghosts. Rave is here breaking the news. NFL insider Rave says Andre Miller got a 3-year, $29 million deal. Good for him. Happy for him. That's awesome.
Dang, Diller 3-year deal?
Yep.
Gee, I want to go to this comment right here.
Go
Kyrie,
ahead.
he says, bro, my Bengals are losing all of our good defensive players, but as long as we keep the triple-headed monster, we'll always have a shot to win the Super Bowl. Facts. Straight up, no facts. That's not true whatsoever. As I told you last time, Kyrie, I said you better be looking out for the free agents and not so much on Jamar Chase and Joe Burrow, because once their time comes, you're going to have to sign them. You're going to lose even more players, right? So now you're losing a lot of defensive players, and the biggest one, in my opinion, like I said last podcast, was Jesse Bates. Huge loss for the Bengals. And I do feel like they will struggle, even though they got burnt toast out there like Eli Apple. They're going to struggle even more, right? Because that was their biggest question. Can they hold up against offenses like the Kansas City Chiefs, like the Buffalo Bills, all those powerhouse offenses that you see in the AFC? Not saying this is the downfall of the Bengals, because it is not, so don't twist my words, but this is huge, and I think it's going to impact the team more than you think. And I think it's very similar to the Philadelphia Eagles losing all these players.
I like that. All right. Vince says Mike White surprised me. Yes, Michael White signed to Miami. He's going to be the backup for Tua, from what it looks like.
Tua ain't
He
playing.
signed honestly a pretty big deal, in my opinion, for a backup quarterback. $16 million over 2 years, $8 million over each year for a backup quarterback. Good for Mike White.
Wow.
I think they have some potential of potentially seeing him start, especially with Tua's injury history. The
Wow.
concussions, etc., is building up on Tua. And even though the Tua has picked up his 5th-year option and do believe in him, I believe in his future as the quarterback for the Dolphins, they are securing their future with Mike White.
That is awesome. That is really awesome, because I'm telling you, Tua is one head injury away from being out of the league completely. He should be out of the league already, in my opinion, because I know that concussions are part of the game, but the level of concussion that he had and how many times he had it this past season, that's worrisome right there.
Yeah,
But
and each time you get a new one, it's going to take longer and longer for recovery period. I think if he gets one this next season, he's out for 4 or 5 weeks at minimum. Like, just imagine that. That's crazy.
yeah, great for Mike White, man. Mike
Good for
freaking
Mike.
White,
Mike
like Vince
freaking
likes to
White.
say. Liam says Falcons made some good moves too. Falcons are making some money
They're making a
moves.
lot of moves.
They have to. I mean, that division is in the open, right?
Yep.
You have a speed bump, which is Derek Carr signing to the Saints now, but that division it's still open. And by signing Jesse Bates, you're reinforcing that defense and you're making it look that much better. I mean, the Falcons have a lot of potential offensively. They just got to get the ball rolling. I mean, I didn't like their offensive play call last year. It was just run, run, QB, run, run. Maybe every once in a lifetime you throw to what's that guy? London, Drake London,
Hmm.
out there, which is a phenomenal receiver. And Kyle Pitts was kind of irrelevant last year, in my opinion. Um, in all aspects, I look at everything, and I'm not trying to diss on him. You know, still in my opinion, a top 10 tight end in the league. But oof, Ray says still got to pay all three of them. I think he's referring to Burrow, Chase, and Higgins.
Yeah.
Yeah. How can you
It's,
forget about T. Higgins?
it's possible.
Kyrie says, in my opinion, Von Bell was better than Jesse Bates. Don't get me wrong; they both was great. They were both great players. I feel like they both complemented each other, and that's why they both look really good.
Yeah.
Speaking of duos, I want to talk about Xavier Howard and Jalen Ramsey out there with the Miami Dolphins.
Are
That
you excited?
I, I don't like Jalen Ramsey. I really don't. But that is an exciting like duo to see back there for Miami. I mean, I've been wanting Miami to be successful. I like coach Mike McDaniel. And now that he's adding more and more key players to that defense and with his creative offensive mind, this is going to be fun. A lot of fun. Caleb says Falcons, in my opinion, need a QB. You're 100% right. They have all the right tools, but they don't have the right person handling the tool. You know what I'm saying? They have, well, they don't have Marcus Mariota anymore. Am I correct there? Correct me if
Yes,
I'm
they
wrong.
have let go of him. Yes.
Okay, they're good. They let go of Marcus Mariota, and now they're rolling with what Riddler?
Ritter. I thought it
Ritter,
was.
Desmond Ritter, right? They're
I think
rolling with
so.
Desmond Ritter, who are you sure yeah, that okay. Desmond Ritter, who hasn't really proven anything, and I know he was a rookie last year. And yeah, you're right, Rave. You're right. He ain't bad. But are you willing to rely on him this whole season? You got to get some backup in there, right? So I'm pretty curious to see who they might sign. I feel like they might sign someone like a Carson Wentz to be a backup vet, so Desmond Ritter can learn under. If Ritter really is the guy for their future, I feel like that would be a good fit because Carson Wentz still has that mobility that he can use, which the Falcons really seem to like.
Yep.
CJ, I'm not going to get my hopes up, but Kyrie says they're saying that we could get CJ, but I'm not going to get my hopes up. But if we do, oh boy, what a recovery! Yeah, CJ Beathard would be a great quarterback for you guys, way better than Joe Burrow. You're 100% right, Kyrie. Ray says, "Where's Casey Suck and go for Caleb Williams? Sign a vet for like 11 years." Oh, geez. Liam says, "AJ, thoughts on the Niners signing Sam Darnold? Does this mean Lance is gone and Darnold is backing up Purdy? Absolutely not. The 49ers have signed their QB3, right? Which I am all up for Sam Darnold. I actually had him on my radar, on my Niner notes to see who they might sign because it's going to be a battle. I could promise you this. I'm going to promise you. The Niners will draft a quarterback. The
Okay.
Niners are going to draft a quarterback.
Still.
Still, yes.
Still. Okay.
This is how I feel they should handle it, right? You sign a
All right.
vet. And a vet, I mean, it's someone who's been in the league, right? Sam Darnold, he's been in the league. You go get a rookie and you let them fight it out. You let them battle for that QB3 position. Now, I think Sam Darnold will be our QB3 no matter what. But the thing that I'm most interested in is how much they paid him. If they paid him anything over 4 mil, I will be upset. I will be upset because for a QB3, I don't think you should be getting that much. Um, and it's just a 1 year deal. And no, this does not mean that Lance will start for the Niners this upcoming season. I'm not saying that he's better than Brock Purdy, but he's going to start for him. What's up?
What if it was a four-meal deal that over a four-meal deal that had mostly incentives? Would you be okay with that then?
Oh yeah, I'll be more than
Like
okay.
if he starts 2, 3+ games, then his salary goes up and up.
If he starts one game, I'm fine with paying him 8 mil for a year.
All right.
If he starts one game, that's the last thing. I have PTSD right now as a Niners fan going into the championship game and losing all of our quarterbacks. This past season, we go through 4 quarterbacks and we have CMC as our QB1. That is scary right there. So by signing Sam Darnold gives me a little bit of clarity. Do I think he's the best guy? No. Do I think he has potential to actually do something more than what Josh Johnson did? Yes, 100%.
I like that. I like that.
Kyrie is being so mean. He's like, CJ, who? Put some respect on CJ Beathard's name, my man. Caleb says, Purdy is a hell of a QB. Nah, I don't think so, AJ. Like I said, Lance will start, and I'm not saying that he is better than Brock Purdy. That's not what I'm saying at all. I think the Niners take their time to help Brock Purdy recover because they know what they have, and Brock Purdy set one hell of a floor for that QB room. Now, if Lance doesn't pan out the first 2 or 3 games, then Brock Purdy comes in and he's our franchise QB, and that's that. And I'll be more than happy with that. Brock Purdy has proven himself. He is a hard worker. And you know what? I'm going to talk a little bit about my own personal opinion. And this is going to be very personal, that what I'm about to say right now. So take it how you want it. He's very thankful to God. And he says it during his post interviews, and he's very thankful for his team. He is not a selfish quarterback, and I love it. So I am more than happy to have Brock Purdy top name my back, paying $100 per jersey because that's how much they go for now, which is absolutely nuts.
Nice. Bears have spent a lot of money today. Yes, I wanted to get into them right now. But before we do that, Rave, we're going to talk. Liam said, "Is Rodgers going to join the 100% now?" I talked about this as soon as I opened the show, just because I wanted to get it out of the way. But I'll go ahead and answer it again because I love you guys as fans. Liam, I think he's going to go. I think both me and AJ think he's going to go, but we both think Aaron Rodgers is going to take his dang time to figure that out. If Aaron Rodgers wants to play football this next year, it's going to be with the Jets. It's not going to be with the Packers. He is 100%, in my opinion, not going to be playing with the Packers. So I think 100% he's going to be a Jet next year if he wants to play football. I think the two different situations right now is if he gets traded to the Jets, which hopefully the Packers get a lot of collateral for that. We get a lot of compensation. Or he's going to retire. And he's not going to be a Packer next year. He's not going to be a Jet next year. He's going to go off into a tropical rainforest and smoke plants, smoke ayahuasca, have a good old time. I don't really know. I don't really care what he does after football. But I 100% think that he's going to get traded to the Jets. And it's just a matter of when and how. Wow. How did you get that thing?
This is a Aaron Rodgers Jets figurine. You guys saw it here first, okay?
Yeah, I think that said Brett Favre.
No, it says Aaron Rodgers.
At number 4.
Because that's his new number.
No, Joe Namath said he was going to unretire number 12 for Aaron Rodgers.
This is a never before seen Aaron. You see it right there. You see it? Boom.
Wow.
This is never before seen Aaron Rodgers. It's been leaked. I ordered it as soon as I saw it. Game over.
Wow.
Game over. This is it right here.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Very, very cool.
That's what I wanted to bring.
Kayla says smoke crack. No, I said you missed it. You missed it. I said Aaron Rodgers was going to go into a rainforest and smoke a bunch of plants when he retires.
Oh, gee, he does that now.
I don't think he smokes crack. I just think he smokes a lot of plants. I don't know what crack is. I'm not a crack person. I don't know where it comes from. Maybe it's I don't know. Maybe it's a plant. I have no clue. You know what crack is, AJ?
Yeah, it's that thing that shows whenever you bend over. Liam says, I thought it was the worst QB in the league, Dak. Well, we're talking about Cowboys now?
Ooh.
Okay, we'll talk about Cowboys. Cowboys have done absolutely jack crap, right, when it comes to free agency, which is the kind of norm for them. They like to talk a lot
They have they did restructure Dak and Zach Martin's contract, which cleared up 30 million. And today they just restructured Michael Gallup's contract, which cleared up another 7 million. So they're suiting up for do something in free agency. We just don't know what.
They're going to sign Odell. They're going to sign D Hop. They're going to sign one of
Oh,
those
it's gonna
dudes.
be awesome though.
It's going to be, oh my gosh, yeah.
You know
okay.
how much jersey sales Jerry Jones is gonna make?
Oh my, how much?
Billions.
Billions. Hey,
Billions.
what was that leak that we saw on the Falcons? Remember we saw it on Twitter? Someone was going to go to the Falcons. Who was it?
It was. I thought it was.
Was
Lamar.
it Derek Carr?
It was Lamar.
Lamar
Yes.
Jackson. Imagine Lamar Jackson to the Falcons. It's like the resurrection of Michael Vick in the good way. In the good way. Respectfully, right? But yeah, it doesn't matter what receiver they put over there in the Cowboys. That same story, different year. All I gotta say. I'm tired of repeating myself every freaking year. No, smoke plants and crack. We do not support this. Do not go out there and smoke anything.
Nope. Don't do it.
Caleb, you're a bad influence to the world. Hope you know that. You like that? You like the like the Aaron Rodgers? It's leaked.
Favre?
It's leaked.
Careful, AJ. That thing will steal all your money.
Allegedly.
Oh,
Allegedly. Reed, what the hell, dude? Allegedly. We love that farm. This is a pro go farm.
No, we're not gonna say that either.
Hey, we don't know if that's true. We don't.
We do know it's true. What we don't know is if he knowingly did it.
Allegedly it's true. But we don't know.
We don't know, but it's being alleged that he did know.
Listen, I'm just trying to get sued here. Okay, so just go along with it.
He's gonna take all our money.
He's gonna take my $5 in my bank account.
After you spend on a $1 million house, or what?
Yeah, he's gonna rub it in my face. Caleb's laughing.
Yeah, we love to have fun around here. Okay,
no, we don't. This is a fun-free zone. Get out of here.
All right. We're gonna go back to Rave's comment. Sorry, Rave, that we went past you a little bit. But Bears, they have spent a lot of money today. That is true. After last year of trading away Roquan Smith, they have decided to sign 2 linebackers for the same amount of money they could have signed Roquan Smith for.
What?
Who are both a bit worse than Roquan Smith. It's crazy. But the Bears decided to sign TJ Edwards, as I said a long time ago, like the beginning of the podcast, for a $19.5 million deal, $12 million guaranteed. And then they also signed Tremaine Edmonds, who I think, if I remember correctly, played on the Bills, if I remember. It's a front-loaded contract, 4 years, $72 million, with $50 million of that 72 guaranteed. Millions. But yeah,
those guys are so cool.
They're so freaking cool.
I wish we were cool.
I know. And I think they also signed, if I can find it, a guard or if it's an offensive tackle. I can't remember who.
It was an offensive tackle from my source.
No, it was
okay. I'm just trying to set it up.
Guard. Okay. It was a guard from the Titans. The Titans lost a guard, Nate Davis, 3 year, $30 million. They have spent a lot of money so far.
Who signed McGlinchey? Mike McGlinchey.
It was the Chiefs?
The Chiefs? No, it was the Broncos. The Broncos signed Mike McGlinchey.
There we go.
You know, just in case anybody wants to talk offensive linemen, because I like offensive linemen, the Broncos signed Mike McGlinchey from the San Francisco 49ers to, I think it was a huge deal, like a 5-year deal, long-term, big money, good for them. My personal thoughts on it, not that anyone asked, but
what are your personal thoughts, DJ?
I think he's going to do jack crap. Okay, he's really good at run blocking, but when it comes to pass protection, this guy cannot buy you time. But in this offensive line scarce league, just like it is QB, but offensive line, no one's giving up offensive linemen unless they're free agents. He's probably one of the best out there, and he's one of the best right tackles in the league overall. Okay, so good for the Broncos. I don't know who they're trying to protect. I think they want to get Russell Wilson injured. I'm not too sure. Which we don't wish injury upon anyone.
No, allegedly
they want to get him injured. We're not a pro go Russell show.
No, not anymore. Not for a long time. It's D says Nestor. This is a funny channel.
No one asked
You
you.
guys are cool.
Dave,
Thank you,
whatever.
Nestor.
Get out of here.
Thank you, Zombie K98, Nestor. We appreciate you a lot, man.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Caleb says, "Man, finally Broncos need a dang line. Yes, they do. They need to protect Russell Wilson very much, and
But
this
get
is a
this.
start to it. Yes."
Now they're talking like they're going to trade one of their wide receivers.
Yeah, they're going to trade one of the three. They've had talks of trading Judy Sutton and who was the third? Judy
Hamlin.
Sutton.
No.
Hamlin?
No. Judy Sutton. I don't know. Mr. Irrelevant.
Mr. I don't think
Yeah.
it's Mr. Relevant.
So, yeah, while you look that up, Reed, I'm going to go ahead and talk about how this will affect the Broncos. Compared to last year, it won't affect them that much. Hamler. There you go. Hamlin. Jeez, man.
We're almost there.
we're that close. All right. But just need one. But what does this mean for the offense? Not a damn thing. They couldn't get anything going. They need to get the running back healthy, and hopefully he comes back just like he was last year. Williams, who was projected to tear it up. I even drafted him on fantasy football, who did phenomenal the first 2 weeks, then gets hurt. And now they want to get rid of their wide receivers, which couldn't stay healthy last year either. I mean, Judy got injured beginning of the season. Then Sutton got injured. That's the only reason why my Hamler got any action was because of injuries, you know? So I think the Broncos are a mess right now. But that's okay because who's a Broncos fan?
Not a lot of people I know.
No, not a lot.
I've met a few of them out there.
I know a lot of people from Colorado, and I asked them if they're a Broncos fan. They're like, well, yeah, because nothing else is there.
Jeez.
Yeah.
That's so sad.
It is sad. Oh, well.
All right. Lynn says, I know it wasn't today, but the Dolphins got absolutely fleeced for Jalen Ramsey, even though he's washed. Yes, we definitely, we all say this is a very much we hate Jalen Ramsey show. Allegedly. Yes. We're not fans of Jalen Ramsey around here. I think at the end of the day, he's a good athlete, but I just don't like him as a person, really. But yeah, I think it was a third rounder that they ended up trading for him.
Something it was. I think it was the second. I thought it was second. It might be third.
I'm trying to find it.
So these are my thoughts on Jalen Ramsey. Yeah, I do think he is washed. I don't think he is the defensive threat that he used to present himself as, but I do feel like he is a presence that disrupts that offense. So just by being a presence there with him being paired up with Xavier Howard is a baller, straight baller, really good player. I think it is going to help out that defense, especially with some of the key defensive tackles that they added last year during the season. I forgot his name, Chubb. Yeah, Chubb, defensive a third rounder. Wow.
A third rounder and Hunter Long, tight end.
They're not buying Jalen Ramsey. They're buying the awareness of Jalen Ramsey, right? The feel of Jalen Ramsey, the name Jalen Ramsey. So offenses have to game plan against him, which will help out their defense.
And I'm trying to pull up the contract he got also, but if I remember, it was 2 years and is fully guaranteed 100% of it, which is crazy.
It is crazy.
To fully guarantee a cornerback, I wouldn't do it. Wouldn't be me. Ray, do you think the scarcity of offensive linemen is due to the fact that pass rushers and D-line have improved? Or do you think that it's just a bunch of bad O-line? AJ, I'm going to hand this over to you because you're the expert as far as the line.
Dude, Rave, honestly, this must be one of my favorite comments that I've ever received here on this show. I literally, in my journal, I have notes on this specific topic. Okay, so nowadays, you're getting people coming out of college who are just absolute monster D linemen. So it's going to sound weird, right? But genetically, these guys are advancing, right? It's getting harder and harder to stop these D linemen. So offensive linemen, that is exactly my thoughts on why they are becoming scarce, because it is becoming harder and harder to stop these defensive guys. It is not that offensive linemen suck. That's not the case. It's just that Nowadays, it's hard to block, especially with all these new rules being implemented to help protect the defensive player, which they're right to do so because both sides of the trenches put their bodies on the line more than anyone else, in my opinion. So yeah, I do think it's because D linemen have improved. Now we have seen different techniques being taught to offensive linemen. So you saw it last year during the preseason and during training camp, which we did not see during the real season because it hasn't been perfected just yet. You see these offensive linemen, they're recruiting smaller offensive linemen, shorter guys, because as we all know, Caleb, back me up here, lowest man wins. So you get underneath the shoulder pads, you hold them out, and you kind of do like a bunny hop, right? You kind of do a bunny hop back, bunny hop
Mhm.
back. So they're still advancing. You
I do
can't
remember
stop
seeing
them,
that.
right? It's crazy. So you don't stop them, but what you do is that you slow them down just enough for your quarterback to get the ball out of his hands. So you have someone like Nick Bosa, who's just a bull rusher, just ready to go at you 100%. Allow him to, but slow him down instead of allowing him to beat you, right? He might beat you that swim. Nah, just keep moving back with him. It gets your quarterback more time. Less time is better than no time,
I
in my
feel
opinion.
like I feel like he gets stuck in a hold there, can't you?
Uh, you can, but you got to get your hands inside the shoulder pads,
He's trying to
okay?
forward routes. Okay.
And you come out. So they're teaching you whenever you're jumping back, you come out, you come out. So you
Okay.
could
So
do a
you're
little release there.
constantly.
Yeah, don't hit the
Gotcha.
mic, don't hit the mic.
Sorry. Sorry.
Yeah, so
Okay.
it's a new technique that's being taught out there. So new offensive linemen. So if you're not getting these big old Goliaths that are a 6'7" at 460 pounds, it's just why are you laughing?
Just look at the most recent comment. That's why I'm laughing.
Low man does win. I remember AJ whooped my ass a couple of times and grabbed my titty. Oh my, hey man,
AJ.
lowest man wins, right? Lowest man wins. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm not gonna talk about those days, but yes, lowest man wins. And it was very intimidating to go against you, Caleb. This guy is just a beast. He's like almost 7 foot. He's like the Great Khali. I don't know if anyone watches wrestling, but
All right. Liam says thoughts on Jimmy G signing. This is the one I've been trying to get to all day. But yeah, the Raiders decided to go ahead and sign Jimmy G to a deal. I'm trying to remember exactly how big the deal was. What do you put? No, we're not putting that. We're not
my,
putting
my
Caleb.
hands are off the keyboard.
We're not putting Caleb. We see your comments. We love you, man. But I'm not putting that on our channel. God. All right, AJ, first initial thoughts on losing Jimmy Garoppolo. I know you obviously knew this was coming for a while and you've prepared yourself for this, but now that he's finally gone, the guy that got you to a Super Bowl, how are you feeling?
I'm happy for him. I'm happy for him. And if you guys watched our most recent live podcast, that is exactly where I said he was going to go, right? When you think about Las Vegas, what do you think about? What do you think about?
Crazy.
Winning, right? You're a
Oh,
winner.
all
You're
right.
winning. You're winning money. You're winning memories. You're winning great times. You're having fun, right? Jimmy G, what is he known for? He's known for being a winning quarterback. And look at Las Vegas. They don't care about winning games. They care about winning in that bank, right? They care about that. And so, one, I thought Jimmy G was going to get signed for more money, just a little bit more money, right?
Yes, I have
So,
the deal here. It's 67.5 million, 34 million guaranteed, and it's for 3 years.
which is great for him. Super happy.
So good.
Yeah, but I thought he was going to get paid just a little bit more, in my opinion. I thought it was going to be a little bit more, but that's a right around his price range. So, one, they don't overpay for a quarterback, right? They get a guy for 3 years who is handsome as hell, which is great to sell. Sell the Raiders, sell, sell, sell. It's going to look great in silver and black. I mean, who doesn't look good in black? That's why I wear black all the time because it's the only time I look decent.
You look
And,
good all
and
the time.
oh, shucks, thank you. And this is a QB signing that really people can't get mad over, right? Like if you sign Carson Wentz, people are like, "Oh, what the?" Okay, you sign Jimmy G, people are like, "Well, that's okay. Yeah, okay." Like not a bad move, not the best move, but it's not bad. Oh, sorry, I was about to sneeze.
Oh boy.
But yeah, those are my thoughts there. I'm happy for him. Great for him. I'm sad to see him go. I got my Jimmy G bobblehead just looking at me with this disgrace, but I want to miss him.
For sure, for sure. And I think this is a great signing for the Raiders. Moving from Derek Carr, you got to get somebody. Aaron Rodgers is out there for you to get, but I think they wanted to go with more longevity at the position. Maybe they draft a quarterback somewhere in there in this year's drafts to train him and prepare him under Jimmy G. It's a position Jimmy G knows very well, having the next guy behind you. And I think he plays the role very well and professionally, which the guy is. He's a professional. But I think Jimmy G is in trouble of potentially being a loser now. He's finally going to start losing games with the Raiders. He has a great offensive weapons with Devontae Adams, Hunter Renfro. He's got the weapons, but as a team, this is not a very good team, and I think they're going to definitely lose games. Now, I think they can definitely game manage their way into a few victories, but they're in a hard division. They're not an easy division to win in. I think he could potentially see a losing record. But if the Raiders were going to pick any quarterback to have them have a winning record, Jimmy G was probably the best bet.
It is the best bet on paper, and he is going to start losing games because one, Josh Daniels, Josh McDaniel,
Josh McDaniels,
Josh McDaniels,
for
he's
sure.
a horrible coach. Horrible coach, does not know how to get creative on the offensive play style. And Jimmy G is not a guy that calls plays on the line, right? I mean, he does, right, but he's not the guy who's going to get you wins. And plus, you have the best receiver in the league,
Devontae Adams.
Devontae Adams. Which what kind of receiver is he, Reed?
He's a do it all.
He's really a do-it-all guy, but he really excels as a deep threat guy. And Jimmy G doesn't have a cannon for an arm. He doesn't. So his best friends are going to be Darren Waller, like you saw George Kittle over here in San Fran, and had Hunter Renfro, who's kind of a slot guy. But he's not going to find a lot of success there just because of you don't have Kyle Shanahan. You don't have Kyle Shanahan to hold you on a pedestal and make you look good as the poster child anymore.
I
So
like that.
congratulations. Yeah, go ahead.
I wouldn't call Devontae Adams a deep threat guy. He's a guy who can beat you deep threat, but I wouldn't say that that's what he's made his name famous for. He's a win off the line of scrimmage kind of guy. Ray says, with that being said, do you see the game manager quarterbacks like Jimmy G, Wentz, Tannehill, Rodgers, Brady? I can't believe you just called him Rodgers. Dang game manager. What the heck? Start to disappear, and mobile and athletic quarterbacks are going to be the trend. I think they've been the trend for the past 3 or 4 years, or even a little bit more than that. People want to see the dual threat where you can have the option plays. These offense coordinators love it. It confuses the hell out of the defenses. I definitely think we are trending towards that. Yes.
I think he meant pocket quarterbacks, right? So pocket quarterbacks, are they going to become extinct? No, not completely. They won't be becoming extinct.
We have
These
Joe
guys,
Burrow.
you have people like Joe Burrow, but these guys, it's fun, right? Because it brings a different addition to your offensive play style when you have a mobile QB. And right now, it's so successful because you haven't had a decade, in my opinion, right? You haven't had a decade filled with athletic mobile QBs, right? So eventually, defenses are going to catch on and really know how to stop that and really focus on athletic QBs. And that's when the NFL is going to revert back to pocket quarterbacks. And that's how the NFL's been. If you look at the history of the NFL, right, first it was a very run heavy league where everyone wanted to run the ball because no one could stop it. Okay, let's focus on stopping the run. Okay, now we're passing the ball. Now it's like the NBA where we're shooting threes all the time. We're passing the ball a lot. Okay, let's stop the pass. Okay, now let's have mobile QBs. QBs can now get out of the pocket and make their own deal. Okay, now we're in the era where they're learning to stop that. And once they do stop that, you're going to see a whole different style of offense in this league.
I like it. Liam says, "What did he say? Caleb can say it on YouTube." No, we're not allowing it.
Caleb has to go out in there on YouTube and hit that subscribe button.
That's true.
That's how you can see it.
We appreciate supporting us on Facebook, Caleb. If that's the only way you have to support us, we appreciate it. But if you go to YouTube, subscribe, We would appreciate it even more. Caleb says, okay, he's serious. Since Johnny Manziel, 2012 mobile quarterback. I don't know if about that. I think mobile quarterbacks have been a thing in college for a while. I don't know if Johnny Manziel was the one who changed the game for the NFL.
I mean, you could go back all the way to Moon. You could go to
Mm-hmm.
Michael Vick was a guy who
Uh,
really did it. You know,
Cunningham for the Eagles.
Cunningham, Joe Montana. I'm just kidding. Young did it.
Young was a running. Yeah,
Yeah, but it didn't really take off in the NFL until offensive coordinators started to transition. Right, the new generation came in,
yeah,
and they wanted to transition that, and that's when you saw people like Johnny Manziel, Russell Wilson, Colin Kaepernick,
yeah.
all those guys come into the league.
Liam says that's what I meant. LOL. Always subscriptive. Subscriptive. How do you say
Yes,
that?
subscribe.
Subscribe. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Liam. We
Hey,
appreciate
the
you
the
supporting.
B is right next to the V on the keyboard. So
Yes, it
yeah,
happens.
appreciate you, Liam. Always
We
do.
yes, always yes, yes, yes.
And that's why, like I said before, if you haven't yet, join our Discord. We love to talk on Discord because unfortunately we can't go live all the time. My fiance gets mad, can spend time with me. The first world, the third world problems. Uh, Go join our Discord. We are very active there. If you have a suggestion of what you guys want us to talk about, we will make it a point to make a video out of it. I know
100%.
someone does want to do a top 10 QB list, so that is actually in the works. So we will be making a top 10 QB list video just for that. I think that was you, Liam. It was either you or Rave. Forgive me, I cannot remember for the life of me. But yeah, just go join our Discord. We have a lot of fun there. We even join the call every once in a while. So if you see us on call, don't be shy. Go ahead and join. We're more than happy to talk.
100%.
Caleb says, "Sorry, I'm 80 years old. I'm sorry, I don't know how the YouTube thing works. I'm not subscribed." It's okay, Caleb. It's all right, man. I'm just messing with you,
AJ.
dude. Well, we're super appreciative. Honestly, I love having you here, Caleb. You bring such all you guys, right? Um, Caleb, Liam, Rave, Nestor. I'll even say Nestor, right? You guys bring a different perspective. You guys make this a lot more fun.
Kyrie.
Kyrie, that's sometimes Kyrie. Kyrie's very active on
Discord.
Discord. So if you want to get back on Kyrie for something that he might have said in the comments, which I'm more than sure he has said something towards you or your team, he's very active there on Discord. So calling you out, Kyrie. Sorry about that.
I like it. I like it. All right. So now continue with Jimmy G talk. Um, he has joined the AFC West. Not a easy division to win in. We got the Chiefs, who I definitely think no matter who's in that division, who they add, no matter what these teams do, I think the Chiefs are on top of that division 100% coming off that Super Bowl. And then you have the Chargers, Raiders, and Broncos. Where do you see the Raiders falling in that division? Can they take the second spot from the Chargers? Do they fall to the fourth spot? Maybe the Broncos have a better year than last year. Where do you see them with a Jimmy G on the Raiders? Where do the Raiders land?
It comes down to coaching. It comes down to coaching, and I think they're going to be fighting for that third spot.
Okay.
Um, honestly, I think what the hell is that guy's name?
Josh McDaniels.
Sean Payton. I
Oh,
was going to talk about Sean Payton. Is one hell of a coach, and I do feel like he needs some time to
yes.
start building and building that culture there. So I don't think it's going to be a night and like a flip of a switch, but I do feel like he will make a difference and at least get the Broncos to maybe a third place. I think the Chargers are still a very talented team, but they do have to stay healthy in that division. Where the Raiders, they just lost Derek Carr. You have a pissed off Devontae Adams, and you have an offensive scheme that really doesn't make any sense. I'm just gonna be straightforward to it. It doesn't make any sense. I'm not no offensive coordinator. I'm not a head coach. I'm not even a high school coach. But as a guy who loves the NFL and studies plays and writes notes down, even when I'm work, I'm listening to plays. I'm weird like that, right? I write notes. It doesn't make any sense to me. It just it's mind boggling.
I like it. I like it. I'm gonna pull up right now, AJ. If you give me a second here, Um, the thing that Devonte Adams put it on his Instagram live. If I can
Yeah, so
find.
apparently, Devonte Adams is not the happiest camper hearing about my boy, handsome Jimmy G, coming on board.
Yes, he says Tay Adams on his Instagram stories. If we haven't talked in the last 3 weeks, don't hit me up about this poop. Thanks. And I think the poop that he's referring to is Jimmy Garoppolo. So there's a little bit of trouble in paradise for the Raiders. Devontae Adams, this came directly after, or a few hours after Jimmy Garoppolo news. So I have to think that it has to be about Jimmy Garoppolo, and he's not happy. He saw a potentiality of the Raiders being able to go after Aaron Rodgers, that he was tradable, and I think Aaron Rodgers has been very open to go to the Raiders. I think he would have no problem with that. Being able to reunite with Tay Adams, being his running back being Josh Jacobs, I think he would overall be very happy going to the Raiders. But the Raiders were not interested, not at all. They didn't. I don't think they barely, if they did, they hardly ever talked to the Packers about him joining. So Devontae Adams not happy at all about this current situation with Jimmy G. Do you think he has the right to be unhappy?
No, not at all. He's a player. He's getting paid very, very well. Um, he's getting paid to go out there and play. Right. He's not getting paid to stir up drama within the team, because now you're making the team look bad, making the team look ununified, and now you're making your new quarterback for the next 3 years feel like he's unwanted there. Now, what kind of relationship do you have? You're already setting yourself up for failure, and that's what that is. Now, when you're translating what he just said, it could mean one or two things, in my opinion, right? He knows that Jimmy G is not the type of quarterback that can lead you to a Super Bowl, so he doesn't have any faith in him. Or I'm not saying that that's true, okay?
Mm,
Or he has a personal issue with Jimmy G, because this is not any shots towards the Packers, Reed. So Jimmy G, he's beaten the Packers right in the playoffs, and this last time that Jimmy G beat the Packers in the playoffs, at the end of the game, it was all over social media. He said, "F them Packers." Right?
he
So
did?
that kind of he did. Yeah, there was a video. You can look it up. I mean, he went to Robbie Gold and said, "Yo, F these," because he grew up a Bears fan. So he said, "F the Packers, man," and that could have plucked a string on Devontae Adams.
I hope Devontae Adams stirs up the biggest pot ever. Now, I don't like Jimmy G anymore. I didn't know about that.
You did, I sent it to you. It was last year,
I
but
forgot about it then. I hope nothing but the worst for Jimmy G then.
I mean, looking that good, I don't think that's possible.
Oh, nothing but the worst. All right. Yeah, there was a lot of deals. We didn't get to all of them today, but everything was going down today in the free agency world. And there's going to be more pieces to fall. There's still a lot of free agents out there, a lot of wide receivers. That's not a lot of, we didn't see a lot of deals for that today in free agency. So there's going to be a lot of stuff happening soon. Caleb says, not third spot. Nestor says, love you, AJ. Uh, Throwing the love out on AJ. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. We appreciate you. If you have not yet, please go into YouTube, subscribe to the channel. We appreciate it so much. It helps us. Every single subscriber puts us closer and closer to be making it, man. That's our biggest goal here. We want to give the best content to you guys. But hey, we're a small channel trying to grow, trying to hopefully one day be a big channel. All right. But we appreciate all of you guys in the comments today, putting comments down, giving us your reactions. We appreciate all of you guys. And we'll see you back potentially another live this week. We'll see. We don't know. Thank you, Nestor. Like and subscribe. And thank you guys. I'll see you guys next time, and then keep on grinding.